Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I had kind of a fun idea for a video. So as you might know, I've been doing throughout this whole year a project called 4 Weeks 4 Lipsticks, where each month I use random.org to choose 4 lipsticks to focus on that month. So I have pretty much focused on almost all of my lipsticks so far. We have, I think, 1 more month left of that project. So having been doing that whole project, I feel like I've really gotten a good sense of which lipsticks I really like wearing, which ones really make me happy, and which ones I don't love wearing as much. The ones that it felt a little bit more forced to have to wear. Since we're nearing the end of that, I wanted to kind of give an overview and talk about overall what are my 5 absolute favorite lipsticks in my collection, and what are the 5 that I like the least. I am wearing one of these on my lips today. You can probably guess which one it is. It is one of my favorites, but let's go ahead and start with my least favorite. These aren't going to be in any particular order. I thought about actually ranking them from like worst to best, but I don't really feel like that's even possible, honestly. Some of them I dislike for the formula, other ones I dislike for mostly the color, so it's hard to even compare them that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you my bottom 5 in no particular order. The first one is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip liquid lipstick, specifically in the shade Noir-ishing Plum. Now this is a very, very dark, vampy, like deep eggplant color. It's not that I don't love the color, because I actually do enjoy wearing a dark lip from time to time, but the thing that I don't like about this specific color is the way that it wears off on my lips. I feel like because it is so dark and it is a liquid lipstick, it does end up kind of giving you that really stark line where it is wearing off kind of in the inside of your lips. So it's just not the most flattering to wear for many hours at a time, and I feel like when I am wanting to wear a liquid lipstick, I'm going for something long wearing. Like, I want the color to really last. So that's why it's one of my least favorite. I find that it's just kind of hard to wear, but I will keep it. I probably won't end up decluttering it just because I don't have any colors like this, and it can be fun if I'm just filming a video, if I'm wanting to create a very like vampy fall type look. I like having this as an option, but it's not something I'd wear to like an all-day event or something like that. The next one is one of the e.l.f. $1 lipsticks. I think they're still selling these. I don't know if they're selling this exact shade, but I do think they still have their $1 lipsticks available, and I haven't tried any of the other shades. So I can't necessarily speak for the shades that are currently available, but this is the shade Fearless. I do love red lipstick, and I really do like the shade of this, but there's a couple reasons why this ended up in my bottom 5. One is that it is a little bit sheer, and sometimes when I want a red lip, I want it to be very opaque and very bright and bold. And this is a little bit more sheer, but not only that, as it kind of sets on your lips, you do kind of start to see your, like, the lines of your lips showing through, or if you have any dry skin, it will sort of cling to those areas. It's not terrible because it is such a sheer formula, and it is sort of a, well, I wouldn't say a hydrating formula, but it's not drying either. So it doesn't emphasize those things terribly, but it's not necessarily my favorite formula for a red lipstick. I think I'd prefer something a little bit more rich and long wearing. The other thing I really don't like about it is the packaging. The lid just doesn't stay on. Like, it'll stay on if it's just sitting in my makeup drawers, but it's not something I'd be able to put in my purse if I'm wanting to reapply it throughout the day. So I can't really rely on it for like a long wearing red lipstick. Next I have one of the Profusion matte lip creams, and you guys are probably expecting me to include a lot of these in my bottom 5, but I really only have one that stands out to me as one that I really don't like and wouldn't recommend. The rest of them are just kind of in the middle for me, but the one that I really don't like is the shade Cherish, and this is one of the shades from their Blushing Nudes little lippy set, or lippy squad I think they call it. This one in particular, it looks like a really pretty color in the tube. It's just kind of this nice mauve-y nude color. I like that kind of color on myself usually. But the weird thing about this is it has these little micro shimmers that you can see in, like, through the packaging. And when you apply it, you sort of see them, but as it wears off, more and more of that glitter will start to show through, and it just doesn't, it's not the kind of look that I'm going for, really, hardly ever. I don't really like to have just random flecks of glitter on my lips. If I wanted a metallic lipstick, I would just wear a metallic lipstick, you know, but this isn't metallic. It's like matte, but it has little chunks of glitter in it. So it's not, I don't know, I just don't really understand it. I don't know. The other thing is, it looks like kind of a light nude color in the packaging, but it really does dry a few shades darker than it looks in the tube, and then by the end of the day, even though it is very long wearing, by the end of the day it will look much darker. It doesn't look anything like this very light, pretty mauvey nude. It looks much more vampy. So that is why this one really stands out to me as my least favorite of the Profusion matte lip creams that I've tried. And I have tried quite a few of them because I sort of accidentally bought a bunch of them on their website. I'm sure somebody would like this one. It's just not, I just don't enjoy it. I probably will end up decluttering this. Moving on to number 4 of my bottom 5. This is one of the Madame Glam velvet lipsticks in the shade Madhatter. And it's partially the shade, mostly this shade that I don't like, but sort of the formula too. I have a couple of other shades of this formula and I do like those better, but this one in particular is like a very like blue toned Barbie pink color. And this is just not the kind of color that I feel like is super flattering on my skin tone. Maybe if I had a tan, it might look better on me, but I don't know, I just feel like it looks odd on my skin tone. I do feel like this would look gorgeous on some people, but this color is just not one that I'm wanting to wear very often. This is one of the lipsticks that we haven't had in my 4 weeks 4 lipsticks yet, so it will be one of the lipsticks I'll be wearing next month. And actually, same with the Physicians formula. I don't think we've had this in that series yet, so who knows, maybe I'll change my mind about both of them once I have, you know, used them for a full month. For now, it's just not one of my favorites. It's not one that I'm wearing all the time, but I kind of still like having it because it is very unique, and I feel like there might be a time and place for this kind of color. It's just not one of my everyday lipsticks. And the thing I don't like about it formula-wise is just because it's such a pastel color, it can look a little chalky on my lips, and it can kind of cling to my, like, any kind of dry skin on my lips. It does emphasize the little fine lines in my lips, and it just, up close, it doesn't look great. Now, far away, those things aren't noticeable because it is kind of a hydrating, almost sheer formula. So in some ways that's not a huge deal, but when I do get up close, I'm just like, I don't know, I don't love it. Number 5 of my bottom 5 is the Bite Amuse Bouche lipstick in Chai, and this was one of their birthday gifts last year, and I was really excited to try some Bite products. Part of the reason why I don't like this is the color. The other part of the reason why I don't like it is the formula. It is such a creamy formula, and I do kind of feel like it can almost, it's hard to get a precise application with it. I feel like I always end up with kind of a bumpy line around my lips for some reason. Even if I'm using a lip liner underneath, I don't really feel like that even helps. I feel like it's just hard to get a smooth line with it. It goes on almost too smoothly, if that even makes sense. Like, it's just a little bit too, like, loosey-goosey for me. And then as it wears off, I just feel like it doesn't stay where I want it to. I don't know, I can't describe it. The other thing I don't love is just that it's almost like it's one of those like warm brownish nudes, and I feel like I've kind of fallen out of love with that kind of color, especially when it's dark like this. Now, as I was swatching this though for the video, I felt like, I was like, maybe I should give this another chance because it is really pretty, and right now since I'm kind of in the fall sort of mood, even though it's really hot today, maybe I could really enjoy using this in the fall. So I don't know, because it is a gorgeous fall color, kind of almost like a Marsala type of color, sort of brown, sort of red, sort of, I don't know. It's just not one that I'm reaching for all the time. Out of all my lipsticks, it does kind of stand out to me as one of my least favorites. So those are my bottom 5 lipsticks. Now, again, none of these are terrible. They're all usable. I've enjoyed wearing all of these. But out of my whole collection of lipsticks, by the way, I'm not including glosses or lip toppers or anything in this. This is just lipsticks, so bullet lipsticks and liquid lipsticks. I didn't want to get glosses into it because then I was like, well, I don't know, that's a whole different category. And I don't even have very many glosses, so it just didn't make sense. But you guys know my favorite gloss already, the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. We didn't even have to talk about that. So moving on to my top 5. I feel like I have a really good mix of like bold colors and also nude colors, and I really truly love both nudes and bold lip colors, so I feel like it's fitting that there's kind of something of everything in this category. I'll start with the one that I'm wearing on my lips right now. You may have already been able to guess, but this is one of the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lipsticks. So keep in mind, I did have a couple of liquid lipsticks in my bottom 5, but I also have some liquid lipsticks that I love. So I'm not just a complete liquid lipstick hater. I do enjoy wearing them, especially when it's a color that I love and when it's a formula that I get along with. So this is a little bit of a drier formula though, so just be aware of that. If you don't like very drying liquid lipsticks, I do have another option for you after this, but this is the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lipstick in Mango Sorbet. This is a gorgeous, almost neon, not quite neon, but just very bright orangey red. And I didn't have a color like this before, and I am so glad that I decided to try this because I just love it. It is so bold. When I do want to go for a very bold color like this, I either want it to be like a matte bullet lipstick or a matte liquid lipstick. I like matte bolds because I just feel like they're easier to wear. You don't have to worry so much about them getting on your teeth or getting outside of your lip line. They kind of stay put. That is one instance where I feel like a liquid lipstick, even if it is a little bit drying, does make sense. So I don't feel like this is overly drying, but this is a liquid lipstick that's really not going to transfer once it sets. I love this color. The only other color I have from this line of liquid lipsticks is the shade Buttercream Frosting, which is a very, very light nude. And I do like that color a lot, but because it is such a light nude, it can look quite chalky and dry. So I actually like to top that with a lip gloss. This one I don't feel like I need to top it with a lip gloss. I feel like it's fine on its own. As long as I prep my lips by, you know, exfoliating them a little bit and putting some balm on beforehand and wiping it off before I put this on, I feel like it looks just fine. And yeah, so that's what I'm wearing right now. Love this color. Can't get enough of it. It's been the perfect summer lipstick, and I'm so in love with it. There is another liquid lipstick in my top 5, and I'll go ahead and share that too. It actually is another one of the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip liquid lipsticks, but this is one of my favorites. This is the shade Tulip Treatment. This is like a watermelon red, and you're gonna learn very quickly, I love red lipstick. If I could only have one color family of lipsticks, it would be red. I just love red. It's my favorite color to wear on my lips. I just feel like it's so classic. There's so many different directions you can go with it. Like there's orangey reds, there's like more blue toned reds, there's berry reds, there's just, oh, I just love reds. But this is a shade Tulip Treatment, and it's like, oh, it's another perfect summer red, but really year round too. I mean, I've worn this year round. I don't really follow the rules. If I want to wear a certain lip color, I'm gonna wear it no matter what time of year it is, but sometimes I do like following the seasons too, because it can just be fun to be sort of festive. But love this lip color. If you are wanting to try this line of lipsticks and you can only buy one of them, I would recommend this color, as long as you like reds or if you like this kind of color, because you will not be disappointed. It is so pretty. It doesn't wear off weirdly like the Plum one. Oh, I love it so much. It's so pretty. So this is from the brand Terre. Now this is a very, very expensive brand. I would recommend buying them off of Haute Look. They do appear on Haute Look periodically, so check there. Don't buy them at full price because they're astronomically expensive, and I don't think they're that good. So I would wait to find them on sale. I think you can also find them on sale other places too, but Haute Look is where I've always bought them. Anyway, this is my favorite Terre product that I've tried, and it is their matte lipstick in the shade Napa Valley. It is just such a beautiful like wine red color. This has been one of my all-time favorite lipsticks ever since I bought it, and I've had this, I think I've had this since my senior year of college. I remember getting it that year, and I remember talking about it in some of my earliest videos, and I still love it. I feel like I don't talk about it as much, but I still love it. I still think this is a beautiful formula. I love matte bullet lipsticks. That's probably my favorite formula of lipstick, even above liquid lipsticks. But the great thing about this one is it's very creamy. It doesn't like tug at your lips like some matte bullet lipsticks will. It just glides on. It's such a rich color. So part of the reason why I love it is the color. The other part of the reason why I love it is the formula. It's just a beautiful formula, beautiful color. I do feel like this might expire soon. Yeah, it's starting to smell, I don't know, it doesn't smell bad. It just smells a little bit like a crayon. And it didn't used to, so that probably means I should get rid of it, huh? But I just want to keep it. I just love it so much. This is like my special occasion lipstick. Which one do I want to talk about next? Again, it's in no particular order, so I don't want you guys to think like, oh, we're building up to the very best one, because these are all, I feel like they're all kind of equal for me. So I'll go ahead and talk about the next one. This next one is from Red Apple Lipstick, and it's the shade Beachside. And I rediscovered this one through my like lipstick roulette. This is like, it's not so much the color that I love, although I do love the color, but I love the formula. This is one of the most hydrating, like glossy lipstick formulas you'll ever find. So I know I was just saying that I really prefer a matte bullet lipstick, but I don't know why I said that, because I also like I also like this type of formula too, where it's like almost a gloss in the form of a bullet lipstick. That I also love. So it depends on the color. If I'm going for a very bold or darker color, I like for it to be matte, but I really like for nude bullet lipsticks to be in this type of a format. One complaint I have is it's such a soft formula that it will start to kind of lean over. It's just very soft. So you definitely want to be aware of like where you're storing it, what kind of temperature it's in, but really nice. These are kind of pricey. They're like $23.50 a piece. So not cheap. I would consider that kind of a high-end price for a lipstick, but it's very nice. I do kind of want to try more shades eventually. But I think I'd only want to stick to nude shades or like lighter shades, because I don't think I would like that kind of a formula in like a red or berry or any kind of darker color. All right, the last of my top 5 is, I really hate that I have to say this, but it is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the only Charlotte Tilbury product I've ever tried. I wish I didn't like it so much because, of course it's a very expensive brand, very luxurious. Love the rose gold packaging. I know that doesn't matter, but, and I mean, you guys already know, you probably have already seen this lipstick everywhere, but it is just a dusty rose color, one of my favorite colors of makeup. Like, I love that color in a blush or a lipstick, really anything, even an eyeshadow. So the color already has that going for it, but the formula too, it's kind of similar to the Terre one I was just talking about. It goes on very thin and very matte, kind of a satin matte, but it feels very creamy. It just glides right on, very opaque in one swipe, but not like thick like the Bite Chai lipstick that I was talking about. It's not like that. It manages to be very creamy and hydrating without going on super thick. It's just something about it, and it lasts so well too. Those are my top 5. I like how I feel like it definitely represents my lipstick taste, because I like nude lipsticks a lot of the time, especially from like on a day-to-day basis. But I also just live for like bold reds. So I love how 3 of them were like red colors, all different reds though. Orange red, berry red, like bright watermelon red. So those 3, and then 2 nudes, one more of a beigey nude and the other one like more of a rosy mauvey nude. So I feel like this gave a really good picture of my overall lipstick collection and how I feel about it. And I love how this year I feel like I've really gotten well acquainted with all of my lipsticks. Even though my lipstick series isn't quite over yet, I'm getting to the point where I feel like I just really know which lipsticks I love and which lipsticks are kind of like subpar for me. So I hope this was helpful and kind of gave you an idea of which lipsticks I recommend, which ones I don't recommend. And yeah, I had previously this year I was doing a lot of like ranking videos. Like I ranked all my blushes from best to worst or worst to best, all of my eyeshadow palettes. I did get a few requests to rank my lipsticks, and I thought about doing that, but I feel like this was a little bit, well, first of all, it was easier for me. Also, I have so many lipsticks that would have been such a long video to rank every single one of them. So it was kind of nice to break it down like this, and I hope it was still helpful. So if you are interested in some of my ranking videos, I'll link those down below if you missed them. But anyway, I think that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so I'd love to see you again very soon, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.